Hello YouTube, Luigi here. My brother John, who lives in Arizona, bought a knife from China. SANRENMU 7056. Here it is in its original box, except they sent him two by mistake. Well, Chinese don't usually make such mistakes, but he sent one to me. It arrived today, and as soon as he told me what the knife was on the phone last week, and I looked it up, I recognized it immediately as the KERSHAW CRYO, the small cryo. Rick Hinderer designed for Kershaw, but fabricated in China. Might be made by SANRENMU. I don't know who does their overseas fabrication. So let's open this up. And I have to say this. When the Chinese make a clam pack, a blister pack, it's so easy to open. Look at that. When we make one, you slice your hands off. They're so dangerous. Oops. Here it is. You should be able to recognize this immediately as the cryo. Let's talk about the outside differences first. The cryo has a titanium carbonitride coating on stainless steel. This has a nice stonewash stainless steel. The cryo has a spring-assisted flipper. This, it's new, so it's stiff. The cryo also has thumb stud. This has both the thumb stud and the flipper, but no spring assist. This is a hollow ground drop point blade, just like the cryo. It has a lanyard hold, like the cryo. It has a pocket clip that is tipped down right side only. The cryo is one of Kershaw's great, true quad carry successes in terms of positionability of the pocket clip. The cryo has a Rick Hinderer over travel stop, and so does this SANRENMU 7056, designed by Ling Gang. So they're really very similar knives. Now, you might remember from my earlier video, I gave my cryo away because I'm really fussy about a full four-finger grip. And you can see this has the same issues. I don't have it. So my brother cautioned me not to be so damn quick to give it away, but to hang on to it for a while. And I might. I mean, he was generous enough to give it to me after I screamed at him that he had to. I love this guy. Love him like a brother. So let's do a more direct comparison. I was trying to get my old cryo back from Andy, my left-handed friend, so I could do it, but you know, I printed out a picture of the cryo to the precise dimensions of this one, so you can see for yourselves. It really is close to being an identical copy. My brother thinks this has been improved. Let's see if he's right. Look at the finger choil on this side, and it's not as pronounced on the cryo. I like indents like that because they make it easier for that lock bar disengagement. There's a lot of room there to get your thumb in. I'm not sure the cryo had, I can't do this from memory now, I'm not sure the cryo had knurling like this on the lock bar, but you can flip. It's not stiff enough where you can't flick it open with a wrist now, but we know what happens. The detent ball wears into the tang, and eventually they come flying out like a rocket. So I always say I resist the temptation to loosen the pivot because I hate side-to-side play, and I know they will eventually break in and open up fine. It has a lot of things going for it. Like the cryo, it's good looking. It's carryable, but not quad carryable. It's got my problem, and that could be just unique to me. If you don't have this four-finger fetish like I do, maybe this is a really nice carrying knife. It's heavy like the cryo, and Nut and Fancy really put the cryo down for its weight relative to its size. The cryo had a 2 3/4 inch blade length, and we'll measure this in a minute. I want to compare it to the other side, which is also printed out to the exact same dimensions, because I can do these things. You'll see the difference here in the shape of the back. See how the butt here is more square and the butt here is more flared? When I saw that before the knife arrived, I thought this might be longer on the grip side, the finger grip side, and I was hoping this might have been longer than the cryo, and therefore that I could get that full four-finger engagement. That's not the case. I can't. I think this look of this flare off here versus this square blunt end, I think this is a better look. I have to say that. I also think this is, the pocket clips are comparable, except this one's not reversible. And everything, you know, it's the same open pillar construction. This has brass standoffs. And this has brass thumb studs. It's a nice little accent, because both the blade and the frame are stone washed, and having the brass hardware, at least for the standoff pillars and the thumb studs, are nice. The rest of the hardware are black Torx. You know what's interesting about this Hinderer type lock bar over travel stop is that it's oblong. It's not a circle like the Hinderer. It's oblong. That's interesting. So this is I just got this. This is a quickie side-by-side comparison of the SANRENMU 7056 and the KERSHAW CRYO, the small cryo, not the Cryo 2. It doesn't really say, I'm trying to get a blade steel here, but because it's Chinese, I think it's a safe bet this is 8CR13 MOV. Okay? It's got a decent stone washing on the blade. It really does. And if it's anything like the Cryo, it should have a 2 3/4 inch blade. Let's check it out. If I put 0 there, yeah, you can read that. 2 3/4, 4-inch handle. And for you centimeter people, whom I love so much, we have a 7-centimeter blade and almost a 10-centimeter handle. There you have it, people. The SANRENMU 7056. I think he spent $13 on this. Shipped from China, and that just shouldn't surprise anybody. Those miracles happen every day from China. I think the Cryo, which was, remember, made in China, I think I paid $22 for mine. Okay, so there's if you're shopping merely price, this is probably the better value. If you're shopping, I want a tie-dye coating, I want a quad carry clip, then, you know, for the few extra dollars you might insist on the Cryo, but this is a really good knife. Oh, also, for some, I know it makes a big difference. The Cryo is spring assisted, you know, that Kershaw Speed Save. For a lot of people, they would go the extra bucks to capture that feature. I get it, I understand, but I'm saying here's a good knife here at a good value that's at least modeled upon, if not improved in some areas, the Kershaw Cryo. That's it, everybody. God bless you. I love you all. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.